Hi guys, and welcome to DIY Hair School. My name is Jillian. I'm a professional hairstylist and I'm here to teach you how to do your own hair at home. In today's video, we are going to talk all about how to get your flat, lifeless hair to look like it has just had a fabulous blowout. Except we aren't going to use a blow dryer at all. So stick around to see how we're going to make that happen. So we are going to go from this to this, and we are going to be using these. Do you know what these are? I know nobody uses these anymore. They're hot rollers. And even though they are a super archaic tool and hardly anybody seems to use them anymore, I'm pretty sure I've had those since I was 14. They do a great job at giving you super voluminous, bouncy hair, just like you've had a professional blowout. So to get started, you're going to need hot rollers. I will link a couple options in the description below, and I will also post my recommendations on my website, DIYhairschool.com. I'm not going to link the exact ones that I'm using, only because the piece that you use to attach the hot roller to your hair can be a little bit difficult to use on these ones, and there are options that are simpler to use, so I'm going to link the ones that I find easier to use, even though they are a little bit different than the ones I'm using. You also want a comb or a brush and a couple hair clips to keep your hair sectioned and out of the way. So excuse me while I look at myself instead of at you, but we are going to start with clean hair. So start on day one, because that way you're going to get a few days out of this look. If your hair is oily at all, then it won't work with the hot roller. So do it on freshly cleaned hair and make sure that you have put heat protection in your hair. So we're going to clip all that out of the way. We're going to take one top mohawk section like so. And in this top mohawk section, we are going to use the largest size roller that you have. So we don't want to take too large sections here because we want most of the lift, the volume, the bounciness on the top of our head near our roots. So we're going to take a section about 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide right at the front. Just like that. That's about 1 inch thick. You're going to take your first hot roller and you are going to take your ends, wrap it right around so they're nice and flat. You don't want to get a kink in there, and then just roll it up nice and tight back away from your face and then clip it. And you can see these ones are tricky. I've never been able to figure out an easy way to use these ones. But there are ones that just have little clips that go on top, and that makes life so much easier. And then you'll just do your next one. Same size, nice big roller. Wrap those ends around nice and flat. And then we're gonna wrap it down and we will clip it again. Okay, so now we've got the top done. I did 3 in the top. It's okay if they wiggle around a little bit. Try to do them tight so that they're not going to fall out on you, but if they move around a bit, that's fine. You shouldn't be like jumping or dancing around while they're in. Anyways, one quick tip is make sure you leave the hot rollers plugged in while you're working with them, because that way they will stay hot and they won't start to cool down before you put them in their hair. Because as soon as you put them in your hair, they're going to start to cool down. And if they aren't hot enough when they first go in your hair, then they're not going to give you enough of a curl that it's going to hold in your hair. So now we're gonna go around the face and we're gonna take one small section here. I take a bit larger sections here because my hair is quite fine. It's probably about 2 inches thick, but I don't have a lot of hair here, so it's not a huge deal. I'm going to use a big one again. Same thing, make sure you get those ends wrapped around nice and flat, and then just roll it in away from your face. Just add in those little hairs if you can. If they stick out, it's not a big deal. Won't be the end of the world. They're baby hairs. No one will notice. The idea of this isn't for you to achieve any sort of a perfect curl or anything like that. You are simply looking for body and volume so that it looks like you've had a fabulous, effortless blowout. And from here, I'm not super picky. I just take medium-sized chunks of hair. I will use the rest of my big ones that I have left and roll those up. I like to roll everything back away from my face. After you've done the perimeter near your face, you can choose to switch up which way that you roll them. This is just how I like to do it, but you can experiment and figure out exactly how you like to do it, because everyone's gonna have a preference and have a different way that they like it to look in the end. Grab a chunk from the back here. And make sure those ends are nice and flat so we don't get any kinks. And roll that. And now that was my last big one. So I'm gonna go on to one size down. There is a teeny tiny size as well. I don't ever use the teeny tiny ones. If you have super duper fine hair, or if you really wanna get in there on your baby hairs, you could use these on your baby hairs, but I just don't really bother with the little ones, because the smaller they are, the tighter the curl is going to be. So we're gonna wrap that around, wrap it up, and clip. And I'll probably put 3 small ones back here, and then we will be done. So you're going to leave these in until they're cool. There's no set time, just until they're completely cool. You can, once they're cooled down, before you take them out, you can spray them with a little bit of light to medium hold hairspray. I wouldn't suggest a strong hold hairspray, because if you have really fine hair, that's going to be really heavy. So a hairspray like the Matrix High Amplify is amazing for light hair. It's lightweight, but it's got pretty decent hold, so it won't weigh your hair down. Or you can go with my favorite, which is just a dry texture spray. That's going to have a medium hold, but it's not going to have any dryness or stiffness, and it's going to be totally movable. It will make your hair feel a bit dry and look a teeny bit dull, but for me, it's a good trade-off for the weightless hold that it offers. Okay, now that they're cool, we can start taking them out. So I like to start at the back, just to keep things neat and tidy and not a mess. And once you take them out, try not to touch any of it at first. Okay, and once you've got them all out, just flip your head upside down, shake everything out, and now you look like you've had a fabulous blowout. You can do the center part, which is what I'm going to do today, but you can flip it over and you can rock that side part. And you've just got so much movement and texture in the hair, and it is going to make your hair look like you have double the volume of if you just left your hair flat and natural. And it is just such an easy way. You can throw those hot rollers in and put on your makeup, and by the time you're done putting on your makeup, your hair is ready to go, and it looks like you spent 45 minutes blowing out your hair. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being with me today for this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more quick tips and videos, and I will see you next time.